And here is the room. Okay, we're gonna start over here, just like we did before. Instead of the floating shelves I wanted to put here, we decided we didn't want to put the holes in the wall because we are trying to get our house ready to sell it in the next year or so. So instead I got a calendar here for my kindergartner. This is off of Amazon, and he is so excited to have this. And then just some cute little decorations from Target. Still past my son's room. Back here, this is our science board. We just use a trifold board, and it can just tuck in there and to come in and out. We still have our maps. They're a little low now with this couch, but it's okay. And then I made this sign because this is going to be our art wall this year. So when they make anything that they're extra proud of, or I feel they worked really hard on, it's just gonna go up there around the sign. We have some cute little posters for when we do our ecosystems and life cycles. Here's our printing corner. I took out a shelf in the middle to put all our paper. So we've got regular paper, scrap paper that's already been printed on one side, and then cardstock, an old computer that doesn't really turn on, extra whiteboards tucked in here. On the sides we have extra composition notebooks, and down here I have their math books because I teach them math here, and some extra notebooks, workbooks that we aren't using. Again, like I originally said, oh, there's some trash back there. That's fun. No floating shelves here for the same reason. So instead we utilized this little ledge and just put a strip of molding and utilized the bookshelf with the same to create our own little floating shelves. We still have our whiteboard corner, and this, I know, school starts in 2 days, and this whiteboard disappeared yesterday. I cannot figure out where they put it, but that's okay. Moved these over here for the year. I have ordered a poster from Cavallini for here, but Amazon has been really messing up our orders lately, and it was supposed to be here last week, and now I don't know if it's ever gonna come. They may be issuing me a refund. I was so excited to cover that up, so we may have to try again. And it was a really cool poster too. These are just toys. Our blankets are back there. It gets really cold down here during the winter, so we like to snuggle up with blankets. Still have our old Nintendo. What do we have on top here? We have our Super Mario. Down there is just toys. Last year's final projects. This is kind of just a hot mess. Okay, so we put this down here. In there holds all our costumes now, so they're not overflowing. These are library books that are mostly just for fun that they picked out. Over here we are actually going to add in a shelf or two so that I can put some books there if I want to. Over here, this is the morning loop basket for my 2 older kids. That's actually going to go upstairs when school starts on Monday. It's currently Friday. This is our morning work that we will do together. So we have science and history and geography, and then library books that go with those subjects as we need them. Up top, you can see we had our back to school night last night, meet your teacher. So that's the decorations. But now we've got up here a clock so we can work on telling time in real life. We've got some posters for my kindergartner, count to 100, short vowels, long vowels, and counting by 2s. Down here we have kind of the hub of our school. So our top is, we've got our handy globe again, tape, pencil sharpener, my cute little art caddy with all the markers I've gone through and thrown away any markers that barely worked. So this is all markers that work. you notice there's like, we don't have uniform markers. They are all different kind of brands and styles, just whatever works. Pencils, glue sticks. I went through this morning and sharpened all of our colored pencils to get them ready for school. Here we have our paint supplies, our watercolor. And down here, this is our papers right here. So this is all lined paper. So our bigger lined paper for younger kids. And then some regular wide rolled paper if we need it. This is actually just for now a junk drawer. It's holding rubber bands in here, paper clips, extra index cards, tape, just kind of all our extra tape measure. In here we have our our boards, and this is a construction paper. This is our math manipulative box. All our random manipulatives are in here. Our clocks, our tangrams, our rulers, our geo board. Oh, I think all our rubber bands for the geo board are in here. Okay, let's see, moving down. This is kind of our excess art supplies. We've got our paint here. We've got pony beads. We've got the little pipe cleaners, wiggly eyes, extra glue, extra popsicle sticks. We don't do too much art, so that's kind of it there. In here we've got all our pencils. So all the pencils in here have been sharpened, or they're mechanical pencils. We've got a couple erasers. These go with some activity books. They just don't fit with the activity books. In here we have extra pencils that have yet to be sharpened. This is where I have index cards, extra erasers, things like that. I've got some ink stamps, and our dice to use for different things. This is, oh, I guess this is a little extra. This is mostly for my kindergartners. We've got window markers that they'll all use. We've got some scratch things. We've got little activities for my kindergartner to do, some watercolor painting specifically for him. This is just some extra markers that they don't know about. These are a surprise for them. And then my son's pastels for his language arts. This is one of the bigger boxes, and this is all just cards, any card game. So we've got a few different Brainbuster card games. We've got any playing cards that we've got. Brain Quest, Uno, more playing cards, Phase 10, Skip-Bo, Slamwich. Any playing card games are in there. Down here, these are all of our flashcards. So flashcards there. These are little money manipulatives that came with money flashcards. Some more flashcards. Whoa. Some magnetic letters for my kindergartner and a little letter puzzle for him to do. This is my kindergartner's math curriculum. These are what go with those markers up there. But this is all of his manipulatives and his workbooks that are specifically for his math curriculum. And this is kind of our little toy bin that we can use, tiny manipulative toys to use when we are reading to keep their hands busy. Little magnets, different kinds, a little fishing game to use. I have little games to play with vocabulary and stuff, but also just to keep their hands busy, especially the younger ones. And then my mom corner, my little lamp up here. This is my scripture for the day, or my thought for the year. Men are that they might have joy. The goal is to find joy in school this year for us. Back here we hide stuff. We utilize all our space. That's our curriculum we are not using this year, whether it's old or to come. Also down here there's a big puzzle and our trash can. Woohoo! Okay, so now we have 2 bookshelves. We used to only have 1. So the top is utilized with things we don't use much. And then we have all of our games. This side is more of our logic and educational games. This one is more just fun games, except for Mancala, which is hiding down in there. Okay, this shelf over here is for my kids. So this shelf is all stuff that is the reading level for my 6th grader. So as he is choosing his books this year, he can just choose anything off of this shelf that he has not read yet. And yes, this is where pieces that got left out are sitting until we get that game out again. I don't want to dig it out. This shelf, this up to this point where you see this break, those are all the books that my 3rd grader can choose. So these are his reading level that he will be able to choose from. And then these aren't really anyone's. These are the I Survived books and Magic Treehouse books. And he has outgrown those and the kindergartner has not grown into them yet. But they're there that I can read to the kindergartner. So these are our excess picture books. We do have more picture books upstairs. For now, this is what I just have downstairs. These 2 bins are for my kindergartner and my toddler. So these are my toddler puzzles. And then my kindergartner has some puzzles in there. And then this is a memory game. These are colors for my kindergartner. Her special markers with her special paper. And other coloring she can do. These are just coloring and activity books that different kids can do at different times. Down here we have our more of our reference books, our atlas and our encyclopedias, and our nonfiction books that we can pull out when we need to. And over here we have books that are planned to be used this year but are not currently in use. So things that I have planned to be readers, their dictionary, different picture books I plan to pull from, and my son's kindergarten reading curriculum we will move into later in the year. And moving back up here, so these are kind of mine and my husband's shelves. So these are almost all church related books. I think they're all church. I moved all my church related books except for this section down here. Yeah, to keep, because I finally have them out. They've been in a box for years and I finally have a space for them. A couple extra games, a little extra game. We've got this. We're going to be probably reading that one this year. Our DVDs are still down here. Yes, we do have DVDs. These are all the ones that we are unable to find on Netflix or Disney, so we keep them out. These are all puzzles. We need some harder puzzles for my kids. My hole punch. These are all the composition notebooks, so a couple science ones and then a couple writing English ones. And then down here are my kids' buckets. So this is our Friday only curriculum. Everything in here belongs to my 6th grader and it's all his independent work. This box is for my kindergartner and my 3rd grader because my 3rd grader really only needs this. He doesn't have independent textbooks and just a bunch of workbooks for my kindergartner. And then this is my kindergartner's box. This has his reading curriculum. This has his sight word games, little books to read, little readers, just everything put in there so I can just pull it all out and decide what I want to do for the day. I've also got in between here, we have tucked a couple of these little fun placemats for my kindergartner and my 3rd grader to play with. And those are my bookshelves, which I love and I'm so happy and need more already. And then to end, we've got 2 math posters for my 6th grader to help him remember his order of operations and then his what mean, median, mode, and range are. I'm actually looking, these are from the Dollar Tree. I keep stalking the Dollar Tree. They keep coming out with new ones. I'm looking for the one that's a giant list of prepositions to stick like up there for him because we all need that in our life. I hate prepositions. And then this is for them to put finished work for the day. So I think that's it. I tried not to be too in-depth so I don't bore you to tears, but that is what we've done. I'm so excited. We are starting school in 2 days. Actually, I guess today's Saturday. I said it was Friday earlier. We start school on Monday.